Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham
Hey, y'all.
and maybe somebody else later. We're not sure exactly yet. And this
We'll see. I didn't mean to cut you off. Jeez.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So welcome back to the East Coast time zone, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks.
You were gone out in was it Reno for like what, 5 days?
Yeah. Well, Reno Sparks. Sparks is what it really was. But
Is that like the Alpharetta to Reno or something?
Maybe something like that.
Was it more of like a East Point to Reno?
I was thoroughly unimpressed with the entire area I was in. Yeah.
Did you go to Bunny Ranch? That's Bunny Ranch is in. Maybe that's a last call conversation, but Bunny Ranch is in.
It's right outside apparently, but no, I did not. I did not do that. I did not ride an Uber except for from the airport to the casino where I was.
I didn't ask you to ride an Uber. I asked if you went to the Bunny Ranch.
What?
I didn't ask you was riding an Uber. I was asking if you went to the Bunny Ranch.
Well, I think the Bunny Ranch is still like outside of town.
Yeah, I was trying to make a joke about riding something, but not an Uber.
Hey-o.
Anywho's, well, welcome back. Welcome back. I had a great weekend of tearing down and rebuilding a fence, so you had more fun than me.
Oh well, I don't know if that's even true, man. I'm telling you, it was pretty rough. It was very depressing.
Oh, was it depressing your convention, or just where you were was the depressing part?
Well, the convention didn't go how I wanted, which I don't have to go into any more detail than that. But
yeah, we'll talk about
the casino itself was like, we got there on like a Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it was just like full of these like old people with leathery skin smoking.
Oh, old people are the worst. Oh my god!
I mean, it was weird, man. No, but it was like, and there weren't that many people there, so it's like it felt like, and they were all by themselves. Like it was just a very depressing. I don't know.
So is that what's gonna happen to Atlanta if we ever get casinos here? We're gonna have like the old elderly will end up just being there spending their last Social Security dollars. We're getting way off topic, but
I think Atlanta has a lot going for it other than gambling, right? Even if we had gambling, for instance, we have Georgia State athletics.
Yes, we do. And that's always a gamble.
Back on track. Back on track.
Yeah, we always cover the spread, so this would be a good team to bet on in Atlanta.
That's true.
I always cover the spread, but we're better.
There was like a sports book room that I went to, but I didn't bet on anything.
The first time I ever went to a sports book was actually on a casino. This is Georgia State related. I was on a casino cruise outside of going off from Miami, and I was done with Georgia State at that point, as far as like going to school and everything. But I had not gotten into athletics. I had not gotten into Georgia State athletics outside of like listening to our first game in the tournament against whoever it was, Wisconsin, it's relevant. Anyhow, so everybody on the casino cruise with me loses all their money. Like it's like a 3-hour cruise. They all lose their money in the first hour, and I was the only one that was up. Then when I say up, I mean I was up like I think I put $100 down, and I left the entire cruge like $400 total. So
that's not so bad though.
But I finally just gave up on gambling because I kept on winning, and all my friends were in the sports book just drinking and watching TV. And I went in there, and I saw on their big board they had Georgia State as a basketball team you could bet on, and I was like, oh my god, I was like losing my mind. I'm with a bunch of Virginia Tech people, and they're like, yeah, there's Virginia Tech too. Like they have all the schools covered. But yeah, but you don't understand. No one's ever heard of Georgia State before, and they have it in the sports book for NCAA basketball. I was excited about it.
It's sad, but it's true.
It is sad. That's the point where our athletics was. Just literally seeing Georgia ST on a board was enough to get you excited about something. But now we actually have legit sports to talk about.
Yeah,
and a lot of fun. So keep it on the basketball thing. I don't know if you saw it today, Ryan, but they did announce that multi-team event tournament that we're hosting at the Convocation Center this season. The teams were announced. The games were announced.
Who is it?
I would give you $1 million if you actually guessed any one of these teams that we're playing.
Asheville.
Okay, so you did see everything.
I win $1 million.
Actually, it's UNC Asheville, so therefore you forfeit the money. You didn't get the correct team name.
I couldn't name any other ones. I just saw people complaining, and then I saw Asheville on there because I guess they were like a previous person in that tournament.
Yeah, I guess
a previous team.
Yeah, Eastern Kentucky, Asheville, UNC Asheville, and then Texas A&M Commerce which apparently is beginning their transition to Division One basketball this season.
Oh
So,
Lord.
so we have some heavy hitters coming into the ATL, but in the new convocation center. Uh, I I was really hoping I wasn't expecting to get like Duke and UNC proper or Kentucky in there, but I was hoping for some better teams.
Maybe like
Some,
one, just like one.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Especially not a team that's transitioning to Division One. Like that's like I don't know. Well, maybe the whole thing was, hey, let's get these guys in here. We play 3 games in 3 days. We beat the ever living snot out of them. We figure out what kind of team we have. We can figure out all of our rotations, whatever we want to do. This should be on paper based off of what the team was last year and what we have coming in. We expect this should be a thing where we just blaze through all 3 teams and just win outright and like an awesome weekend for putting up big points, and then really gives you no idea about your team because you've played such inferior competition.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. So the strategy has not changed, is what you're saying, because we just gonna play some, some pretty easy teams.
Well, they're not Division 2 teams. They're not Division 2 teams, which is great, but we haven't seen the schedule yet. There could still be Division 2 teams or non-division.
Well, one of them
I should say is non-Division 1 teams.
Non-Division 2. Like you're sort of stretching.
It's like the minute before the game starts, they're not Division 1. The second after the game starts, the second the ball goes up for the tip-off, at that point they become a Division 1 school. We're that
kicking
fresh
off their Division 1 career.
Exactly, and we better not lose to them.
We better not. That's right.
Let's see. Actually, when do we have them? We have we get them on Saturday, second day. We got Texas A&M Commerce on game 1 on Saturday. We play Eastern Kentucky game 1 on Friday, and then we have the night game or the late game, game 2 against Asheville. That's the big matchup, the big powerhouse matchup. Everyone's coming to Atlanta to see is Asheville at Georgia State on Sunday night.
And so my question is, can't we just go to Asheville?
I thought about this when I saw the teams. If we were a member of the exact same tournament, but it was being hosted at Asheville, I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
go
do
drink
some barbecue and drink some beers.
Drink some awesome beer. Go up there and watch Georgia State completely dominate, and then we'll go back to our convocation center and we'll play actually teams that people have heard of and care about and want to see us play.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is the same weekend that the football's playing at James Madison.
Wait, what? We are playing at James Madison the same weekend this is happening?
Yeah, football's at James Madison the same week this tournament. Same weekend this tournament it's happening at the Convocation Center.
Well, I'll be watching on TV.
The football game?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, so we have the early game for for basketball. If we'd have, I don't know what the time the game James Madison's game is going to be, but it'd be kind of cool if we actually could have just stuck around the Convocation Center afterwards, and they would put the TV up on the big video boards in there. We
well, that would be very cool.
Yeah, but I think
cool.
It'd be too cool. It'd be too good of an idea for someone to put together. But I don't think it's going to work out because we would have to stick around and watch the Asheville EKU game or the Eastern Kentucky game first. So I'm not going to do that.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that, but I would come back.
If they're selling beer in the state, could you imagine that we go to a Georgia State basketball game, we watch us just beat the ever living crap out of the newest member of Division I basketball, Texas A&M Commerce, and we drink the entire time, and then we drink to a basketball game that we don't care about to get ready to watch a 4-hour football game that we're going to drink.
No, this is a good plan. Like, if somebody from athletics is listening, and I know you are, get this in the works. And
even at $1 a beer, we may pay off that convocation. So we may pay for that new middle video board they couldn't afford.
Just think if they made it $2 a beer.
Hey! Watch it. Yeah,
crazy talk.
Only if you're out in the opposing fan base, they pay $2 a beer. There should be discounts for wearing, or not discounts. There should be a standard price for everybody there, but if you're wearing the opposing team gear, there's an upcharge. There's like a sight pollution upcharge. If I have to look at your ugly jersey, then you have to pay more for a beer here.
20% opposing fan tax.
Yes. So that's what in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with my Falcons thing. I got access to the super duper cool club, and they see all these opposing fans in there. I'm like, you shouldn't be in here. This is my safe space. This is where I get to
Yeah.
go and feel okay about how bad the
Well, they
Falcons
weren't
are
like
as a team.
Saints fans, right?
I I figuratively and literally black out during Saints games. I do not want to remember win or lose. I don't want to remember anything that happens during those games. So I
Yeah, I
drink
mean,
myself silly.
I could imagine having like opposing fans in there if the fans would like to have them, but if they're Saints fans, no.
No, no one wants
Like
Saints fans.
you have to draw a line somewhere, you know?
Yes, yes.
And it's not even that far. The line is not that far. It's one fan base and they're the worst. So
They are the trash down south of the NFL.
the
That
trash
fan
out
base.
west
Trash
ish.
southwest. Trash
Ishy.
southwest.
Ish.
Speaking of the Convocation Center, we did get some renderings of the what the court's going to look
Nice.
like, which I think is super duper sexy. I
Do you
love
know
it.
when I saw it, I didn't realize that they did the Georgia. I didn't even see it.
The
I looked at
Georgia.
it on my phone. I didn't realize the center court's the Georgia
Oh,
outline.
the stain on the
Yeah.
tiles for the yeah. So you got I love it. You have the Panther. We're looking at it on the video right now. So yeah, you have the Panther head midcourt without the word mark. Huge win for me because I'm tired of seeing the word mark everywhere. Yeah, and then it's laid over the outline of Georgia of the state of Georgia in a darker color stain on the wood. I love it. I think it looks sexy.
I think it's really good looking. And I'm looking at this, and you guys have been complaining about the damn ceiling for I don't know how long. And where is it? It's fine. We won't be bumping our head on the
Yeah,
ceiling.
so yeah, because we're basically looking at what a camera angle would be from
This
the
is the
press
tippy
box,
top.
right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
the tippy top, right?
yeah. I can see my future seat that I have not picked out yet, right there on the video or the picture. But did you notice that the conference logo is backwards at the field goal sites? Normally, every other stadium or even in the sports arena, the logo faced the shooter, and now it's facing the basket. The
Oh, I
SBC
didn't
logo.
know that. Did we GSU that or is that on purpose?
I don't know. I
No,
didn't
we
notice.
GSU'd it.
I didn't notice it myself. Someone pointed out online, and then someone else went back and looked at every other arena in the Sun Belt, and yeah, it's not that direction, and it does look weird. Once you notice it, it looks really awkward.
No, I think
Uh,
it's still fine. Like as just a casual fan, like who cares? It really is something that we do to ourselves, I believe.
right, like and I obviously I have no love for the Sun Belt Conference at all, but it's just kind of an awkward look because you do have the Georgia State lettering on on the end zones and end zones. It's not football. You have the
Whatever.
Georgia State right there on the where the basket is, and so they kind of face each other. So it looks silly with the SBC logo and Georgia State there, but yeah.
It's
Whatever.
all
I'm
good.
sure I expect it to be fixed before we see our first game in there. And then also, I don't know if you noticed, but in the very, very top, Atlanta is on there. They've used Atlanta finally in some kind of
Oh yeah. I see.
athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What else
yeah. So
does it say?
I think on the left side or the what would be I assume is going to be
GSU Panthers.
our home bench is at GSU Panthers for like their Twitter and Instagram handles,
Oh yeah.
and on the other side on the visitors bench it's GeorgiaStateSports.com. I
Yeah,
don't
all
think there's
right, good.
Yeah, I don't
Good.
think
Do
there's
some
anything on the
marketing.
other side, but the other side would be where the courtside seating was going to be, so it wouldn't get seen anyways. So no, I
Yeah.
think it looks really sharp. I'm really impressed. If the only complaint is that the crappy conference logo is in the wrong setup, I whatever. It's got it's awesome. It bleeds blue. It's awesome, Georgia State.
Yeah, I mean that court is really good looking.
Mhm.
I don't even know what else to say about it, but like we were talking about like if it had like a skyline or something on it, but like this is like classy and also sort of new style. I don't know. It looks good.
I like the effort put into it. It's not just a plain Jane basketball
Yeah,
court with some blue and white lines on it. They put some effort into it to make it look like your home court that you'll get familiar with and look forward to. And if they
yeah,
ever do change it, it'll be noticeable that they changed it because that is such an iconic type look for Georgia State. I think it's awesome.
yeah. And the seats are like they look like they're probably like it looks like there's bags over them, but you can tell that they're the right blue.
Yeah, I think those lower seats, those ones we can see, because obviously the far end section doesn't have their seats in yet. But I think the seats closest to where the camera is, I think there's supposed to be cushioned seats because that is like the higher level, the club seats, a little bit more than what I was paying before for lower level seats. And yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I still got to figure out if I can can afford those. But
It's only $20 more than what tickets were before, but you weren't buying tickets before, so it's a lot more for you
$20 more per.
for this season.
Yeah.
I think it's what it was.
Well, and you got to make another $500 donation to even be eligible.
Oh, I don't know. I already donate that much. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah, I was a $500 level. This would make me $1,000 level.
I think
I'd
I
have
did
to.
hear they have had a large number of people that have increased their donation because of this. So that's good. That's what you want.
That's what
and
you do it for, right?
And finally, what's great about this, one of the many great things about the new Convocation Center and this whole seating is, we had so many fans that were thankfully buying season tickets to help out the program, but weren't actually coming to games. And now there's a chance for us, without making it awkward and weird, be like, all right, cool. Let you buy your season tickets, but let you put you somewhere else. So we have these lower seats that can now be bought by fans that actually show up to games. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. The upper sections are probably still not going to be filled at all. Maybe for that first game against Georgia Tech, or when we have that game against Georgia Tech. But I think we're going to have a much better look in our lower levels.
That's good. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's see. What else? While we're on basketball, what else is there? The only other thing was, I think it came out the day that we did the episode last week, but I didn't see it beforehand. Nelson Phillips got his transfer portal request served, and he's moving to Troy. He went from Georgia State to Troy. He's like the two closest universities. I mean, I guess Tech's really closer, but he's going not very far. He doesn't have to. He probably could still live in Atlanta. Probably stay in the Georgia State dorms. If he wanted
I would.
to.
Is he like from out there or something? Like, I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just it feels like a weird transfer.
Yeah, it's like if you go to the transfer portal, you're expecting to get something better. I guess Troy's kind of been better than us a little bit, but that's not the kind of better. But that's not the kind of better you're looking for, right? It's like going within the same conference to a school that's, was it 2 hours away? I don't know how far
like
Troy is.
you might be able to make the claim that they're better than us, but we have still won the tournament more often.
Yeah, when's the last time Troy won the conference tournament?
That's right.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Yeah. But I blank out every time anyone wins but us. So
yeah, exactly. As soon as we lose the game, we're like, all right, cool. I'm not paying attention to this anymore.
Yeah, we erased this year.
Appy won it, Lafayette's won it, and that's really all I remember since we've joined the Sun Belt is those two teams, other than us.
Yeah,
and Appy was the one time.
Lafayette's won.
Yeah, Lafayette's won. They beat us. Wasn't it Lafayette that beat us in that game? That we were just Coach Hunter just basically melted down in the last 5 minutes, and we tried to play slow.
I think they talked about how they dropped the seed because of that. Like we were going to be seeded higher. I think I read that on some media. I don't know.
Good. Screw Lafayette and Bob
I might
Marlowe.
just be making stuff up because yeah.
Hey, dude, that's what we do here, man. We talk Georgia State, we make shit up. So
that's right.
I'm all about it. So I'm saying a lot here. We got a couple of game times announced for football. The first few weeks.
I saw those were announced, but I figured you'd just tell me about it and I could react in real time.
Oh yeah, because that's your thing is just the real time reaction. I don't want to show prep. I don't know.
I looked at the South Carolina one.
Yeah, so that was what's expected. Coach Elliott thought that. Everywhere we talked to anybody that kind of had any kind of relationship with the South Carolina thought it'd be a night game, 7:30 p.m. on either SEC Network or ESPN Plus. Is that it's on their channel or our channel?
Basically, yeah, but it is kind of weird that they would do that because ESPN Plus is not their premiere, and SEC feels like it sort of is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other SEC game SEC Network would put on that night. I didn't pay attention to what other they have 37 teams in the SEC now, so any number of options for a 7:30
all of Division One is now SEC.
But we talked about this a little bit last week. You and I did. This really makes me a little bit more apprehensive on doing the bus to Columbia for this game because I think a lot of people that would find this night game attractive are people that were going to go up there and hit up the bars and do the Columbia college town experience.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I assume so, right? What else?
I've never heard of
Columbia? Other than leave, what else can you do in Columbia?
That's what I'm saying. I'm still down for the bus. We go and we tailgate a little bit, just like we did in Auburn, and then we get back on the bus, and it just takes us forever, and we're just back here at whatever AM. And
what if we just crash Coach Elliott's house?
We could. That's right. That's a good idea. I mean, let's Let's not talk to him first.
No, 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 no. We'll just
Did he have
show up
like a
there.
lake house or something?
Yeah, we can get a boat and we can just like ride a boat right up to his dock and like when he's having his beer and his cigar out there, like what he talks about doing after practices and everything. Coach, coach, coach.
Let me get that couch.
Exactly. How many foldouts you got in there? Can you host an entire bus full of people?
That's not the worst idea.
No. Well, if we're not
No.
going to bus it up there, then yeah, definitely we should run a boat and
But
just.
so what I was gonna get to though is it's still enough time to like kind of sober up on the way home. We can still stop for some Waffle House because 24/7, and then we get home at like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Whatever. Whatever.
that's the thing. It's going to be about a 3 a.m. Arrival back in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
all right. So how about this? What if I have the pickup and drop off of the bus in Gwinnett? So you can't just walk home
Nah,
from
that's
the
a bad
bus
idea.
arriving.
Let's not do that. Yeah, this is a bad idea. I don't like this. I
Yeah,
don't like this idea at all.
it's real easy when you can walk a couple hundred feet back to your
No, I
house
might
from.
not live there anymore by then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been looking.
Sell while the market's high.
What if we have the bus in Clarkston?
Clarkston?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
no,
Gwinnett,
no.
Clarkston.
Yeah, no, 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 no,
I'm
no.
just saying it's an idea.
Isn't there a campus there? Don't we have a Georgia State campus there?
We do. There is a Georgia State campus there. See, it makes sense. It's all
There.
falling into place.
I had to take so I've been redoing my fence. There's a point to this. I've been redoing part of my fence, repairing part of my fence, and I had to take a bunch of the scraps to the dump. And DeKalb County dump. I just put it in there, and I'm going there, and I pull off on the highway, and it says make a right on Panthersville Road or Panthersville something or another, and I'm like, oh look, we're by Panthersville, we're by all that kind of. No, it's just Panthersville takes you to the DeKalb County dump.
Isn't it funny that Panthersville is not named after us at all, like in any form or fashion?
I struggle with believing that. I've been told that by everybody that it was
There's some
named
family got
Panthersville.
mauled by a panther back in the founding years of that city, and
I
they
hope
just called it Panthersville.
I hope those people that got mauled by a panther had gone to the Agricultural College of South Georgia
Why?
because it's trash down south.
Oh, I was like, I don't even know what you're saying. Like,
I think
what?
that wasn't that what they were. Isn't that what they were called originally? Like the Agricultural School of South Georgia.
I don't know the history of that.
They may be like an educational school, or I don't know what they were. They're some stupid.
I don't know. I don't know.
Michael says the first campus y'all would pass is Newton off I-20. Oh, okay. If we're going to Columbia, we should do like a pub crawl of all the different Georgia State campuses.
There's not a lot of pubs.
I don't really have anything beyond that. That's just kind of like the brainstorming thought, and then someone else needs to come up with all the details for it.
Yeah, the Clarkston campus has like a liquor store nearby. We could go buy some like beers and hang out in a parking lot or something. I mean, class up the joint.
Exactly. I feel like in Clarkson, there's probably a lot of people just hanging out with beer outside of liquor stores.
No, I don't know. It's all right.
That's like Stone Mountain, right? Clarkson is like Stone Mountain.
It's better than Stone Mountain. He says, looking at houses in Stone Mountain.
It's got a bigger mountain with cooler carvings in it.
No, it's really neat because they've got it's like the most diverse square mile in America or something because they have like all these immigrants there, and they have all these cool restaurants because it's a bunch of immigrant restaurants.
So it's like the Buford Highway of like northeast Atlanta.
Yeah. Yep. It's like mini Buford Highway over there.
That is cool. Like, so my wife's hometown in Utica, it's known for having a whole bunch of immigrants. I don't know why they would ever choose to go to, this town 45 minutes east of Syracuse. But
and like Syracuse is already like bottom of the list.
So how the Peachtree Road Race is the largest 10K in the world. The Utica used to have the largest 15K in the world, and it's been surpassed by some other towns or whatever, but they had this whatever. I've gone up there and I've done it a few times, and it is kind of cool because you kind of run through these different communities, and there's all kinds of different, like you have the Indian women with like the little, like not belly dancers, like the symbol thing, fingers, whatever, and you're just running through Utica, New York, and there's these Indians like cheering for you with their little finger symbols and stuff, and there's all kinds of different stuff going on, and there's the food, of course, around there is also awesome, so it's kind of neat. I just thought about that when you said diverse area in Atlanta and Georgia.
Yeah.
So
What are you talking about? Cowboys and finger symbols and stuff, man. Like,
not
what are you doing?
cowboys, not Indian, not cowboys and Indians. Indians from India with the dancers and the
Oh,
awesome
all right.
wardrobes and stuff. All right, that didn't go over well.
No, I wish Tim were here. He would have listened better than I did.
He would have gotten us back on track.
He would
You
have.
can't
He would
listen
have
to
fixed this.
you can't listen to one person talking to you directly. How do you handle like conference calls at work?
This is all Tim's fault.
There was someone that posted on Panther Talk this week talking about one of our former episodes where we went through some master plan stuff, whatever. And the commenter said, "You mean I've got to listen to hours of Ryan Graham talking? No thanks."
You sent me that. Well, I don't even know who that is. I hope that was a, like, tongue in cheek, like kind of a joke. But like, I'm not super confident that it is about
Either
that.
way, they knew who you were, knew who we were, and did not want to listen to you.
That's true. All of that is true.
It was your wife. It was your wife that posted
Whoa.
that.
Yikes.
My wife stopped listening to this thing a long time ago. So
That's good because I kept saying things,
getting me in trouble. Yeah, but back to the game times. So
Oh,
South
yeah.
Carolina,
Good
7:30
job.
p.m. And then UNC, it's our first P5 program coming in to play us at home ever. Not even Georgia Dome or Georgia State Stadium or Center Park Stadium. All three of the stadiums we played in. It's a noon kickoff. That's what I thought it was going to be. It's a noon kickoff. It's on ESPNU. But what a bummer. I was looking forward to a legit fun tailgate with some Tar Heels in the area because we know, I think Atlanta has the highest population of UNC alum, like the essentially the highest number there. And so I was expecting a good crowd for that game, and it's just a bummer that we're not going to get a long tailgate with those guys and
Yeah, but
gals.
I got into it a little bit with Ben on Twitter about this because he was saying that they needed to because they're playing App State in week 1, and he's saying they need to come into Atlanta 2-0 so that we can have a better fan base. And I'm like, well, like, no,
You mean
my
1-0?
stance on
One
this.
1-0. They would come into Atlanta 1-0 if they're playing week 1 at App State. They can't come
I
in 2-0.
thought it was week 1 and week 2
We're
somewhere
week 2.
else.
We're
Oh,
week
okay.
2.
Well, okay. Either way, he was saying they should beat App State, and that will be better for us because they'll have more fans there. And I said, well, like, we can go look at what they've done at Georgia Tech, and like, they don't substantially increase the attendance at Georgia Tech, which already isn't like super full, but like, which means you can actually see how many people they bring, right? I mean, it's actually a good comparison, and it's not like they come more when they're winning. I'm
still
like,
think
I'll root
I
for
think
App State. Why would I root for App State?
I think you got a lot of UNC fans or alums that live in Atlanta that are probably Braves fans and have never had a reason to go down to see Georgia State
That's true.
Center Park Stadium, and they've been to Bobby Dodd every other year, no big deal.
Yeah.
It's just a chance for them to see a game, and they think this is a game they're going to win. Okay,
Right.
cool. It's not a conference game. We're playing a lesser opponent in their mind. Many of them probably think that we're Division II. Not even understanding that that's not even FCS level of football, because they're UNC fans and they're not used to having a winning program in football.
Well,
so I think you get a better turnout. I think you get a better
regardless,
turnout at Center Park Stadium against Georgia State than you do against Tech at Bobby Dodd, at least for this one game.
maybe
Whether they beat App State or not,
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying. Their record doesn't matter.
Right.
And I think they're coming. They're not gonna travel from North Carolina to come watch North Carolina UNC here. Like, I think you're gonna have your diehards that do that, but they're not gonna come in mass. It's gonna be the North Carolina fans that live in Atlanta. Those are the ones that are gonna be there. You know what I mean?
And we should be marketing to that fan base.
We should be. Yeah.
We should try to get him in there.
We should
definitely
maybe even do something special for him. Something that look like maybe not do a UNC branded thing or anything like that. I would not do that. But like,
could we retire? What if we retired the ugly colors of blue? Like we put Georgia State blue up on a pedestal and we say these are the colors of blue that are ugly, and we have that Tar Heel blue that we say we are retiring this. No one ever needs to see this again. We've canceled. We're canceling Tar Heel blue.
Yeah, it's really just baby blue, but yeah, let's get rid of it.
Yeah, it's a really really ugly color. Like even baby really boys terrible. Are like. Yeah, babies don't like that color. Like they cry when they see that color.
Well, we talk about what a rancid color, the rancid shade of orange that Tennessee picked, right? And I mean, it's like North Carolina did the same thing with blue, which is it's a far superior color in general, but like, They still
Yeah,
manage to
it's
mess
like they
it
went,
up.
hey, we want to be blue, but blue's a pretty common color. It's one of those primary colors. But let's go ahead and find a very unique color blue, and we're
Yeah,
gonna make
let's
that
F
our
it up.
and no one can handle it. Like,
Yeah.
no one can have that blue ever again. And they pick the color of blue that no one ever wanted in the
No
first
one
place.
wanted it. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's ugly.
They're
It's
like,
hor-
no, no one can have it. They're like, yeah, that's
it's like
cool.
when you buy domain names, like it's like it's the domain name that you can buy for $1 a year. Like you don't even have to pay the $10 for a .com. That's like the
Yeah, you can have it.
yeah, he's like, yeah, we're literally just give it away. We're giving it away, and you can get a free other domain somewhere else too. So
There was an
noon game
episode
that
title in
sucked.
there somewhere.
So that was the game. UNC was the game that I definitely wanted to do the whole overnight smoke of cooking some good barbecue, some ribs or some pulled pork or something. But noon, I feel like everything comes off first thing in the morning. We eat and we're running right in there. It's not a good time to just hang out and smell everything.
I don't know, but
So
that could be like a good smoking situation because, like, you spend all night drinking and smoking some meat, and then if you had to do all day drinking, like you'd just be
early to
really
bed.
shitty by the time the game happened. You know?
Early to bed. Yeah, well, so that's the fact of the next week. The next week we have Charlotte, and that's a 7 p.m. kickoff. So we could do all the barbecuing all night long. I'll enjoy it all day long, and then just sleep in some whatever suite we can sneak into during the game. Because that game's going to be a snooze fest. Because Charlotte sucks at football, and we are
Oof.
better than them.
Oh, be careful! Don't say things like that. Stop it. Just
No,
quit.
Charlotte's horrible. They're not good at football. They also have an ugly color scheme. They have a stupid
What?
mascot.
What's a great green?
Yeah, but they got gold too. Green and gold
They
are
have a
weird
stupid
together.
logo. But
Yeah,
it's actually gold. They actually use the color gold.
yeah, but they cash in on that CLT, which it looks like an airport logo. It's
Well,
really
they're the
bad.
Commanders.
They are the Commanders. And then we have we have 3 out of 4 of our first games are 7 o'clock, but the one game that's not is that UNC game at home. We have Coastal 7:30 p.m., but that's it's a Thursday game, right? It's a Thursday game, so that's got
I
to be
don't
a
know.
night game.
I don't know.
I mean, only Georgia State would schedule a Thursday game at like noon.
Noon. I mean, isn't the late game in that respect because that's prime time? Does that mean we're on TV for all those games?
Well, Charlotte games ESPN Plus, so we're on some TVs. We're also
Well, why are we doing that?
We're on some computers. We're on some iPads. We're on some phones. We're very diverse in our conquest of the TV, the media screens to put our games on. So,
yeah.
And I don't know if this was not announced when the 4 games came out, but I looked at it today, and FB Schedules had it listed at the Army game up in West Point. It's going to be a noon game on CBS Sports Network. I don't know if that's true or not. I just saw it today.
All right.
And looking at that for that ferry trip, that boat trip from New York City up to West Point. That's in the works. I'm told that Georgia State's working on something with the ferry people, the boat people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's getting more official. I thought we were just going to do it. We were just going to drop in.
We were going to do it. I talked to them, and they were like, they said they had not figured out their Army schedule yet, and I thought that was weird because I looked at their thing from last year, and they had all Army home games listed. So I was like, are you just going to not do us? But from what I understand, Georgia State's been in talks with them and been like trying to put some pressure on making that a thing because they want to get some people, and they're even looking at doing a package thing where you can get ticket to the game, the bus trip, and then even get a hotel in New York City. But I feel like that's going to be super duper expensive. We can probably find ways of doing just the ferry and the game ourselves a lot cheaper.
Right, and then fend for yourself.
Getting our own hotels, yeah, or just crashing at people's friends' house that you have in New York City.
I hear you. I might not do that, but I might.
Yeah. That's all I had for football. The only other thing I have to talk about tonight, and it's kind of just to make fun of some people, but I guess I don't know. They named the hot sauce. The Georgia State hot sauce got named.
It was Train Horn, right? Train Horn hot, whatever.
If you followed any of the media reaction to it, the social media reaction to it, it would be called Train Horn or Train Horn Heat or something like that. Nope, we have Pipin' Hot Panther hot sauce.
Why is there a pipe? Are we talking about Appy State?
He's like it's a crack pipe and hot sauce.
Well, no, they got the guy.
Oh
What's his
yeah,
face has a pipe.
Yosef. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Yosef.
know what? I didn't even think about that. That makes more sense. They should do this
They
hot
should be
sauce.
piping hot.
Yeah. No, so the funny thing was, I looked at this and I thought that this was just some hot sauce company. They're like, all right, we're just gonna get every university, every whatever we can do. We'll just like make a hot sauce for them. They're only licensed with 2 universities. It's licensed with us, and then with Belmont. Belmont University has like bruising bite or bite bruiser, or I don't know,
I
Belmont
don't know
bruiser.
what you're saying right now. I don't know what a
Belmont.
Belmont is.
It's a university.
Where?
Probably Texas, to be honest with you.
You're like in Belmont. I just said that.
I don't know if it's in Belmont. I have no idea. I think they're a basketball school. Either
All right.
way, it's but
A
it's
basketball
not.
school that never makes it to NCAA tournament.
Oh, nope, Nashville. Michael Hall says it's Belmont's, and that sounds familiar. It sounds like they're in Nashville, but it was like $9 for a bottle of a hot sauce that I think is named horribly, but they describe it. They say it's a blend of fresh peaches and serranos with a smoky flavor. This sauce tastes like a warm Georgia night that'll awaken your taste buds.
I don't know what that means. Have you ever used hot sauce as a binder for your smoked meats?
I actually did that when I did the competition up in Memphis a couple weeks ago. I did a combination of chili sauce, Frank's Red Hot, and a little bit of vinegar I mixed together, and I used that as my binder.
Do you think that helps more than like everyone swears by mustard, and I refuse to put mustard on anything.
I did just chili sauce on some ribs once by itself. That's why that idea just kind of came to me. Just try chili sauce, and that added a lot of sweetness to it. Mustard, I've never tasted anything with mustard, but I'm like,
that's what everybody says, but I don't believe them.
But if you're gonna add something, I feel like it needs to have add flavor. If you're gonna add anything,
something to it,
add flavor.
Yeah.
It's like But
all right. Well, that was a sample of Last Call, everybody, because that's mostly what we talk about.
So, that and Marvel movies and Star Wars.
I did get caught up on Obi-Wan.
There you go. The heat level is a 2 out of 5 on this Piping Hot band. I bought a bottle. I bought one bottle for $9, and then they didn't even tell me until I hit click to purchase that it was gonna be another $5 for shipping. So I'm $14 in to this bottle of hot sauce.
Y'all, I don't think I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, I don't blame you. One thing I thought was funny Belmont University out of Nashville, Belmont University, in their description of their hot sauce, I didn't even copy the rest of it. The last line says, "People who don't like hot sauce, love this." I'm like, well then, if people that do love hot sauce, are they going to hate it? Because
do they not like it? Yeah,
it sounds like something that I'm probably not going to like. Oh, this tastes like syrup. I don't want that.
I'm hearing that Belmont has a great music program.
Well, they're in Nashville. It's by association. Like,
yeah, right. I guess that makes a lot of sense.
I was at a neighborhood party yesterday for Memorial Day, and there's a kid there who's in the film industry program at Georgia State, and I'm like, well, that must be great in Atlanta. Georgia State film industry programs are going to be killing it here.
Hopefully, you'd hope.
Yeah, he has no interest in working in the film industry when he graduates this semester.
Oh boy.
Quantum Leap style. That's all I got, man.
You don't want to make fun of me for
yes, I do. I absolutely want to make fun of you.
But I posted an article about us being a regional host for baseball because we were one of the top seeds.
What site was? What site was that? I forget.
I don't know. Some weird site.
So Ryan texted us that Georgia State had been chosen as one of the regional seeds in the NCAA baseball tournament, whatever. They literally posted Georgia State flat up. There we go. Georgia State is a regional seed or host, completely confusing us with the trash down south. And I'm like, my first thought was whoever wrote
this. Us. It said Georgia State.
No, yeah, you didn't confuse it. My first thought was that whoever was writing this, whether they know the difference between Georgia State and the trash down south at all, just thought that there's no chance at all that a place down there would host anything. Granted, they've not seen Panthersville. They've got no idea how bad that is.
I honestly, I read that and I was like, and the picture at the top was I don't know where it was, but it was a beautiful stadium, whatever it was. I mean, it looked like it almost could have been Major League. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, look, this Georgia State thing. And I'm like, God, I'm thinking, it's not going to look like this in Panthersville. This is going to be terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why would they let us do this?
yeah, Panthersville will never host a regional. They'll never host anything of that
It was
caliber.
top seeds per region, so it has nothing to do with capacity. It was literally like whoever's is the best. So we could do that, but man, oh man, it would not be good.
I think there's 2 or 3 current Sunbelt members that are hosting, and then you've got Southern Miss coming in next year hosting. So it's looking like, as of right now, if you base everything off just the past year or so, Sunbelt could be a good baseball conference. More reason for us to get baseball in Summer Hill.
Yep. So. And with Coastal won the World Series, College World Series a couple years back.
It was the year before they joined the Sunbelt.
Yeah. So I mean, we're pretty solid. I think the Alabama schools have always been pretty solid. I'm not that into baseball. Like, you go to baseball games to like drink and eat hot dogs. Like, I mean, that's it.
Drink excessively and have a hot dog or two to sober up for the ride home.
Yeah.
Basically, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, so that's about it. Last call, we'll definitely dive into other things a little bit more and talk about barbecuing and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can find our last call on our Patreon page, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. It is free of charge. You don't have to be a member to listen to it. Just check it out. It comes out on Friday mornings. If you do decide to become a patron, you get early access to our last call, as well as access to our private group chat with all of our Patreon members and Ryan, Tim, and myself, which we talk about Georgia State throughout the week, which is a lot of fun, and discounts on our merchandise, and try to give our Patreon members access to all. As I've been working on my fence and fixing my backyard and getting the pool all up, I'm thinking about doing a Patreon pool party as well.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, so that's on the deck as well. So we'll talk about that if I can get this thing fixed and don't kill myself in the process. I've lost an entire belt loop. I've gone down one belt loop in 1 week just working on my fence. So
congratulations.
That is a diet program. Win. That's a diet program I'm working on. And it's not like I've stopped drinking. I probably drank more during all that. Anyhow, we can get into that later on. Thanks for listening. Check us out on last call, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. Say goodbye, Ryan.
Goodbye, Ryan.